What you see, oh. By the thoughts that I got, I'm still dreaming of love. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from.
Hello everybody, I'm Noodle Nymph, and welcome to Clone Drone in the Danger Zone. I have not uploaded on my YouTube channel in forever. It's been months. Probably nobody cares about my old videos, and so I'm just going to pretend that they never happened. We're going to be playing some Clone Drone in the Danger Zone. I've played this game before, but I'm going to remake the story mode episodes again because they weren't that good, and the second one had like 16 parts because I couldn't make it through the thing. But that's been a couple months. I've had some practice. Oh, the little thing showing. Let me. There we go. And anyways, yeah, let's hop right in.
Dion Fuller.
Wait, this thing's still showing. There we go.
If you were a human, your advice would a human being.
Okay, so if you don't know what this game is, it's a game. The basic storyline is you're a human and you're trapped in a robot body because robots took over the Earth, and they're making you fight gladiator pit fights. And then you can get upgrades after winning battles. The first one is easy as
Victory.
As expected, the human defeated the single robot.
I do find the commentators over here pretty funny, although I do have their volume down because it's hard to hear my voice when they're talking. So, I haven't played this level in a while, but if I remember, the next level is going to have 3 blue sword robots, and I think a good way to take care of those. There's also going to be some death traps, so I'm going to get a kick to try to knock them into the death traps. I should probably tell more about this game. The basic mechanics are simple. Sword. If you're moving forward or backwards, it's just a single strike. If you're moving from side to side, it's a sideways strike. And once you upgrade the kick, you can do a left click to knock them over for a short period of time. Depending on how advanced the robot is, the easier they'll be to get back up. This game is not fully out yet. I think it's still an alpha. Yeah, alpha. But it's a pretty solid game right now. Yeah. When I played this before, I was really bad at it. But it's been like 2 months. I've played it quite a bit. So all of the
Archer Robot Mark 1 is not the best at aiming, but still a deadly opponent. It is the arrow you don't pay attention to that chops your head off.
So, that little thing is telling us that there's going to be archers in this next level. All these levels are preset, because we're in story mode. There are challenge mode, which has a whole bunch of different challenges that restricts your upgrades or adds certain things to the levels. There's endless mode, which is just a whole bunch of random levels in different difficulty tiers. And then there's story modes chapter 1 and 2. There's also workshop levels that you can download from the Steam workshop. I think a good idea for this level is block arrows, even though it's still pretty easy to do it without. So, robots or anything don't really have hit points in this game. It's just where you hit them. Also, as you can see, when you block the arrows, they're actually like blocked and deflected and stuff, and I think that's pretty cool. Instead of just, they actually can hit stuff. So I've got block arrows at 90 degrees. So if it's coming at me within a 90-degree radius, I should be able to deflect it back. I'm not too worried about these guys though, because they are Mark 1 robots, and they have terrible aim. They also can't block my attacks.
Victory.
This is a pretty basic model.
Some of my favorite upgrades are the kick, because it makes it so much easier to just to kill stuff that blocks a lot. I also really hated the hammer at first, but I've grown to be able to use it much better. And I really like the third level of block arrows, which allows you to deflect projectiles at the target you look at. Also, very briefly, I'm going to curse or drag my mouse over all of these little things so you can read them if you want. But just very quickly, pause if you need time. Now I think I don't have much chance of dying, I don't think, but I'm gonna get a clone just in case. If I die, I can just come back and get that. So this level is probably one of the first challenging levels, even though it's not too difficult if you know what you're doing. But yeah, this is pretty much a really solid game. It's got a decent soundtrack. Its physics engine is quite good. And it's got humor and decent gameplay. And, yeah. So, you don't just have to hit a robot to kill it. Sometimes it won't go through or whatever. And normally if you just hit... Oh. I didn't actually try to kill him there. I just meant to show that he can block my attacks. Pretty soon we're gonna get to the Mark II fighter robots. Okay, so it's level 5 and we're gonna have some sort of a mini-boss coming up. Yeah. Good way to take care of it. Bow and arrow. Even though there are many ways. Bow and arrow works because you have a little bit of energy, a little energy bar in the corner. Once you have a full bar of energy, you can let go with an arrow and then hold it there. Also what you can do is you can hold the arrow and then go up on the elevator, and then once you get up here, you have another arrow.
Fellow robots, I have come to oversee the human experiment. As we speak, the harvesting fleet is traveling towards the closest human outpost. We will harvest their minds and destroy their bodies. In the meantime, let us watch this human get torn apart by our latest combat robot. I give you Spider-Tron 5000.
The first time, I was a little bit worried that we were going to have to fight that guy. But no. Spider-Tron. At later levels, we'll see robots that can block my arrows, but these ones are pretty weak. Only really dangerous if you're distracted. Also, those bombs, they do knock you over, but they can kill you if one of those little red things touches you while you're already knocked over. But Spidertron, you could chop off his legs or whatever, like you would expect, but this isn't that kind of video game. All you really gotta do is attack the head and the big red spot, which is easily done with a bow and arrow, or not. Or you could just run up and attack him with a sword, or not. Or you could try the bow and arrow again. There we go. Another good way to take care of him is a hammer, because it's big and you can just jump and smack him. You can do it with a sword too, but it's not as easy, even though it's definitely quite possible. I'm sorry, I think they're like mowing the lawn outside. Or maybe a leaf blowing, I don't know. If you can hear that, that's what it is.
5000 was defeated.
So, really, not that much of a challenge. Unless you're just starting off. In which case, it's a challenge if you want it to be.
Bigger, faster, stronger, better at blocking.
So, yeah. Now we're going to see Mark II robots, which are somewhat more of a challenge. Even though they still can't block arrows. And, but if they attack you when you block with your sword, you don't have to press anything to block, it just happens. They'll knock your sword down, and then you're vulnerable to stuff. To deal with this, I'm going to get a hammer, and also just to demonstrate all the abilities. Boom! It does a whole bunch of damage, and if it hits, it's probably going to be an insta-kill. So yeah, these dudes. You can see they've got a bit more armor or whatever on their sides. See, I hit him, but it didn't do anything. Let's see if I can show you the sword knocking away thing without dying. See, he knocked my sword away like that. Also, there's friendly fire if you just saw. I'm gonna see if I can get this last one with the hammer. The hammer is slower and it can't block swords, but if you hit, it's pretty much an insta-kill. You can also make it bigger so it hits easier, but look at that. It's clean.
This time it brought friends.
So,
Tron 5000 is the exception.
yeah, Spidertron 5000. I'm gonna see if I can, I'm gonna get the jetpack just to show you what it does. And also because, I don't know. Anyways, you can hit shift while you have the jetpack. And you fly forwards. You don't fly upwards because that would be pretty overpowered. But, yeah. It's pretty cool. So this time there are 2 Spidertrons. A Mark II Combat Archer, a whole bunch of Mark I Sword Robots, and this is pretty much the first challenge that I'm gonna see at least. I mean, I should do this, but it's gonna be pretty easy. Also, I'm gonna get out my sword real quick so I can block these arrows. I would have totally died there if I had it. Well, not if I moved out of the way. There we go. Oh, the madhouse. I'm gonna try to see if I can jetpack away. Like this. I'm gonna stand back so that they shouldn't be able to shoot me with the arrows too accurately. I'm gonna try to see if I can hit something. I'm usually pretty good with the bow and arrow, even though, you know, it's kind of hard to kill stuff without any of the upgrades. Anyways, this guy's got close enough. Hammer. But it's really good for killing non-moving enemies like archers and Spidertron. Gotta hit him right in his forehead.
Victory!
Procurement has found a way. We must start research on Spidertron 6000.
Woohoo! Spidertron 6000.
They are the latest archer model. They have the sharpest tactics, the most accurate aim, and the highest speed.
This guy's not going well for a human challenger.
I would
Yep.
advise running away.
Mark
but not in
III
a straight line.
combat archers. I'm gonna get block arrows because it's probably the smartest thing to do. So now, as long as I can see the arrow, it's probably gonna get blocked unless I get shot in the back. These guys can also move, and I think if you get close enough... Oh, well, that was kinda anticlimactic. I've never really killed one of them before. But if you get close enough, they pull out a sword and chop off one of my arms. I actually don't know if they chopped out one of my arms, but there's only one way to check. Yep, I can't pull my bow out. I lost an arm. Anyways, I've never actually seen them really kill each other like that. But once you get up close, finish them off with a hammer or do sword tactics. But they can block you pretty well.
Victory!
So recently they added a new mechanic called repair. It's pretty useless if you can still make clones,
Clone
but
created.
it basically gives you your arm back and all that stuff. All that stuff and junk. So, I wish I had a bow right now, but I think a hammer will do. This is a lot of robots. I died so many times on my first attempt playing this. I don't want to die so I can get my bow back. I don't think it's worth it, but the hammer took good care of him. So now I'm gonna one-on-one this guy with my sword. It always feels to me like the last one is the hardest. I don't know why, but I've died from like Mark 1 soldiers or sword robot. Oh shoot.
Sometimes quality is better than quantity.
The next battle will be one to tell our future versions about.
Yes. Yeah. So, last battle. I'm going to show you how amazing Block Arrows number 3 is, if we see any archers. Hopefully we will. Oh yeah, I remember, it's this one. So, here we see a single Mark IV sword robot. This gave me a lot of trouble first time. It's almost impossible to hit with your sword, but it's definitely doable. You've got to fake them out. If you try to use a bow, they can deflect it and directly at you. Like if you're standing still and you fire an arrow at them, that's it, you're dead. Even by attacking them, they knock your sword away.
It's your lucky day. I'm going to help you escape. In a few moments, the garbage doors will open. When they do, I'm going to lower the force field, and you're going to run through them. Run, and don't stop. Breathe. Here we go.
I didn't really get to show this, but the garbage bots pick up the death and bring it over there. But, bye. Yes, you are.
There is no escape
Yep.
from the arena. Security operates.
Yes, there is. Bye. Oh no, not the security bots. Oh no.
My God, it is that you keep the Carbide. It will not get far.
This is for existing. Also, during this point, there's no urgency or anything. It's all fine. I don't actually know if you can die on those. I mean, you could probably die on those spike traps, but. Hi, guys.
To all of you still left in storage, I will make you a deal. Survive, and I will get you out of here. Together we can fight back. Together we can put an end to this madness. Let's do this.
And that's the end of Chapter 1. I hope you enjoyed Chapter 1 of Clone Drone in the Danger Zone. I will see you guys next time.